So Ponty, we are just going out to take some calves, and there's a few things you do before you get to the calf, right?
Yes, so I make sure everything's working and on for a start, because there's nothing worse than getting out there and it's not working. But firstly, so I just turn the unit on, and once it's turned on, it comes up, and I just press resume, and then it just automatically starts connecting to the low bars. This just takes a few seconds, and once she's connected, she's good to go.
And same with the wand, right? So you turn the wand on at the same time, and then it stays on for quite a long time, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, yep. So I usually just sit that there, come over to my wand, turn my wand on as well.
And then while that's happening, you load your tags and stuff?
Yep. So what I normally do is, this is just me, but I grab out my visual, check both sides to make sure that I've got the right one, 78, and I just put it in my pocket, ready to roll, grab the mate tag, and that just goes in to my gun, and grab the DNA official sample of its gun, make sure it is 78 too, and then that is us all ready to go really. And then everything, so as you can see there, that one's already connected. And then I just go okay, and then into set up there, and then
tuck it all in,
goes into my wee box. And then we're ready to go.
So Chris, you've caught your calfie, and that's probably, people just have to figure out what works for them, right? As in catching it.
Well, if you're sort of around twice a day, so you do catch them when they're very young, so they're pretty easy to catch. When I'm tagging, especially the older cows, they like to be right here with me. But I always keep my calf between my legs like this, and you know the cow's head's there, so there's always the calf between me and the cow. So if something does go wrong, you can just release and walk away, and she'll just normally
pick it up
after the calf with her.
Okay, so what do you do now?
What I do now, rightio, so I come over here, get my scales out, put them over here, wand out, and then I grab my cavity, DNA sample out.
So the placement you've found with this, the first time we've done this at birth, haven't you? So you can get better placement with the tag.
Yes, I'm just doing 2 shots exactly where I want my tags.
Which they don't need 2 shots for the DNA sample, but you've found it easier to get the tag through?
Well, I find that it's sort of almost better for the calf because the hole's already there, and it's a bit sharper than a tag going through it.
Yeah.
There's 2 veins in here that run through here.
Yeah.
So you aim in between the 2 veins, which is through here.
Yeah.
And you don't want it too close into the head. And you don't want it too far out because it'll drop the ear.
Yeah.
And you just find that hole, punch it in, the tag should just sit down. Then, excuse me,
you've also got a theory about which ones have the most drama, don't you, Ponty?
it's usually heifers. So I've just scanned the calf.
Yeah.
So her visual tag number is 78. Look at my scales there, we've got you 78.
Yeah.
And then pick her up, put her on the scales. They do sort of get around a wee bit, and they just relax. And there's the weight. This is the first calf here, and to me her udder's pretty much being on where you want to be for a first calver. She's probably got 1 extra teat there which doesn't really need to be there, but they're nice, a nice sized teat, a nice flat udder, so nothing's dropping at the back. Because you'll find a lot of cows, the bottom teats drop, but that comes with a bit of age. But you do see it in some young cows too, but that's no one for me. So yeah. I'll probably watch her later on because those teats are just probably long enough.
Yeah.
And but other than that, like the calf can get onto those teats. One big thing I don't like is when you set as a mixed age cow and they get a bit older, the teat size can get a bit bigger.
Yeah.
And you don't want that because it's just harder for the calf to get on.
Yeah.
And you'll see in like a younger cow, you'll be a little bit harder on the udder.
Yes.
And an older cow, and I'm talking
10
9,
plus.
10
Yeah.
plus, they sort of lose a bit of that elasticity in the udder, and the udder can drop a wee bit, but as long as that calf is getting onto all 4 teats, it's fine. It's when the calf's not getting onto all 4 teats, that's when she needs calving gone.
Yes, but you also come back and check that, don't you? So that's something quite important, is to make sure that they are on all 4 and not just favouring 1 or 2.
Yeah, so, and that's sort of a feeding thing too. You don't want to be calving and then just loading them up onto heaps of grass. You sort of make them, because otherwise they'll produce too much milk and the calf will get its sufficient amount from 1 2/4.
Yeah.
So if you sort of hold them a wee bit, and then the calf will be after as much milk as it can, so it will go into all 4 quarters.
Yeah.
And then you can start opening them up.
Cool. So Chris, one thing you're doing while you're tagging is you're checking her temperament, and she is a first calver?
Yep.
Are they different to the mixed age cows?
Yeah, they're a wee bit more standoffish, they'll be like that.
Yeah.
And then as they get older, they really know what's going on, so they'll probably be about there,
Yeah.
making a bit of noise, and
So you're
they
making
know
sure.
exactly what's going on. So
Yeah.
they just sort of carry on.
So you're making sure that she's not got aggression in her, eh? Like she's okay to be right there, but she can't be having a crack at you.
Yep, it's fine for her to be there. They don't get a crack at you really.
Yeah.
Just want to protect their baby at the end of the day.
Yeah. And then equally important is that she doesn't run to the other end of the paddock.
That's correct. So now just go into the dam. So she is S 5 4 7. And there she is there. Save. Her other, which we've looked at, is a 1 for me because it's nice and level, good sized teats, everything's perfect, which it should be on a heifer. Sex of the calf is a heifer. Date of birth, which comes up, which just because keeps going. Done. Calving ease. The heifer itself, there's no hip issues, no back issues, no nothing. Calf's up, active, everything. So shit, that to me is a 1, just unobserved, but nothing's gone wrong there. Temperament of that cow was a 1 too, didn't do anything, and that's done and dusted really, yeah.